respected Professor J.P. Singh and guest of honor Dr. Ravi Kumar, OS, and Raghupati, DS from IGCAR, and the team of library professionals in IGCAR and Madras Library Association. I congratulate for organizing this in the tough situation, an online international conference. I would like to present maybe 15-20 minutes of my views on issues and considerations of metadata for types for developing resource discovery tools. Next. Basically, we have been a little brief about the resource discovery systems and tools. These are the single window search facilities for resources subscribed by the library, like OPAC. They are a set of tools based on the central index, which is relied on metadata full text documents of the library subscribed. The results, generally they are generated based on the relevance ranking and navigation to the full text, even though it is linked to the web resources also. The index-based commercial available discovery tools, for example, Primo and Primo Central, EBSCO discovery tools, and some other tools are open source discovery interfaces like Blacklight, Viewfind, Franklin. They are some of the open source discovery tools. They started, these discovery tools started appearing in 2019 onwards. These tools, they are based on a unified index and presents results to in a single interface or a window. They are the slightly different from the federated search engine results. The federated engines work on another search engines. The web-based EBSCO integrated search, they are the examples of federated search. The discovery services gained popularity and seen wide adoption in libraries due to the capabilities because they retrieve the relevant results. Commercial discovery service providers, they generally have the agreement with the regional database vendors. They allow them to do the pre-indexing and make the index database in a big way. And also they provide the harvesting of metadata and full text content, which leads to retrieve results based on the relevance ranking, etc. for the researchers. So there are different types of metadata standards and types for providing for retrieving the information from the index databases. Because of different standards, it leads to poor retrieval of poor results. Development of common standard is necessary to have consistent access to all the relevant library records content, which includes ebooks, institutional repositories, and other resources subscribed by the library. They started the discovery tools started working in partnership with the library system vendors to re-index the OPAC to provide better results. This will turn all resources subscribed by the library into a single common format to retrieve results based on the relevancy. So these are some of the central index-based discovery tools. Commercial ones are Primo Index, EBSCO Discovery Service, WorldCat, etc. So other discovery tools are like Google and Microsoft Academic Search. They are running from the Google site without having a central index, but they do different type of indexing based on the HTML pages, etc. The sources generally for making the central index discovery tools are based on the publishers. Publishers provides metadata on full text from commercial publishing sites, and A&I like abstracting and indexing resources, and OER, that is open access repositories. They also provide metadata on full text details. And another one is institutional repository, and last one is bibliographic and holdings information from the libraries, library automation softwares. When we see why we need to have the metadata, especially for better integration with the discovery tools, these are some of the what we call the uses of the metadata: resource discovery, organizing the resources, facilitating the interoperability, digital identification of the objects, archival and preservation. There are many facets and uses I have mentioned here. Next one. Coming to this types, what type of metadata and how to do the cataloging or indexing from different perspectives for better discovery tools. First one is administrative metadata for administering the information resources, descriptive for describing the and identifying information resources, structural metadata for navigation and presenting the information, technical metadata for function and behavior of information, and preservation metadata for and managing the information resources, rights metadata for managing the rights control information resources. The implementations of metadata types, that is generally the administrative metadata. The features are what the types of administrative metadata are: acquisition information, ownership, copyright date, distribution limitations, licensing, digitization criteria, audit trails, location information, legal access, version control. All of them are the administrative metadata features. They are implemented in MOA2 in the different metadata standards: Making of America, administrative metadata elements, national elements, Australian metadata and collections, CIDAs, etc. Next one. Descriptive metadata. This is the attributes are unique identifiers like PAL, handles, DOI, etc. Physical attributes like media, dimensions, conditions, etc. Especially the bibliographic attributes like title, author, creator, language, keywords. These are the features and implemented in the handle, PAL system, Dublin Core, Mark 21, ASCR2, CCO, etc. These are the implementations of descriptive metadata in different metadata standards. Next. Coming to the structural metadata. Basically, the structural metadata, this describes linkage between the different resources in the particular digital object, like pages, sections, chapters, etc., and linking to the different images from one file to another file. These are implemented in SGML, XML using XMLs, EAD, MOA2, eBind, METS, and premise standards. Next. Technical metadata, particularly when we do the digitization, the metadata need to be captured are the hardware, software information, and then the digitization information like file formats, format-specific technical characteristics like resolution, bit depth, color spaces, compression schemes, what has been implemented in digitizing the resources. Authenticity and security data like encrypted keys and passwords for access to the digital documents. These features were incorporated in many of the standards like AES 31, MIX, NISO, JET 39.87 data dictionary, TextMD, and so on. Next. Coming to the preservation metadata, another important aspect of preserving the digital resources itself is preservation metadata. Information about the physical condition of the resources, on what it has been stored, like hard disk or any other special devices. Information about actions taken to preserve physical and digital versions, like digital refreshing, data refreshing, migration, emulation of particular hardware or software file formats to existing new technologies. They are implemented in Open Archival Information System OAIS and Premise. Next. The rights metadata, basically they deals with the copyright distribution limitations, copyright date and licensing information. Many implementations are there: copyright MD, Creative Commons, METS rights, 1xPL, and XRML, plus MPEG 21 REL for multimedia. For different applications, this rights metadata are already implemented. Next. Basically, this metadata, it has a major role in to support the discovery tools. Without a backend, a good backend, it will not be easy to retrieve the most relevant or current information. So in DESIDOC, we have done viewfind, we have implemented viewfind search interface for the DESIDOC resources. It is running not on the internet, it is running in our intranet called Drona. This is my brief about the discovery tools and its importance in importance of metadata types. I congratulate the team IGCAR for organizing the online conference, Read It 21.